things we know.
Today we'll be looking at the 6-in-1 Educational Solar Kit, Robot Kit, made by Cute Sunlight. In this solar robot kit, you can build 6 different items. One is a plane that rotates around. Second is a solar car. Then you have your solar puppy, a solar windmill, a stationary plane whose propeller spins, and a solar boat. This item is for children ages 10 and up. It is a do-it-yourself kit. It has won the 10 Best Educational Products Award from Dr. Toy, and it also won the 100 Best Children's Products from Dr. Toy. Inside the kit there are 21 pieces, plus the solar module and the gearbox. These items you also have to assemble, as we will do today. It has a choking hazard warning for children under 3 years old. I purchased it on Amazon. I will include a link in the description below. So, let's get started. The first part we need to put together is the gearbox assembly. And my directions tell me that I will need the motor, and its springs, the pinion gear, which is already attached on this one. I will need the gear with shaft, and parts A3, A4, A8, and A9. As you can see, these clippers do a very good job of cutting out the pieces. Step 1 is to put now to assemble the gearbox motor. Take the gear, place it into the little pocket. It snaps into place. Make sure that the red wire is to the left. It's going to curl up, and the spring sits in this little pocket, and there's a tiny little slit where you can squeeze the end of the spring to hold it into place. Then take the black wire and do the same on the other side. Fit it into the little pocket, squeeze it down into its little, into the end into the little slit, and that should hold the spring in place. These pieces are tiny and a little hard to deal with. So if you were doing this with a 10-year-old, unless they were really into models, they're going to need your help. Next, I'm going to attach the A8 piece, which is the larger of the two ends, onto the end of the shaft, and the smaller end at the other end of the shaft. Give it a little squeeze, Now this fits right across the middle, and we're going to make sure that the gears are touching. So once these two are in place, I'm going to take the top piece, make sure that it is turned the correct direction, which I believe is this way. Just need to carefully line it up. And snap it into place. Next, let's move on. The solar panel. The small sticky pads. There's one. There's two. I will need part A5, which is this case. And part B3, which is this. Alright, step one is to take the sticky pads and place them on the bottom half of B3. And the job of these stickies is merely to hold the solar panel in place. Next step, I have to peel the film off the top of the solar panel. And then I'm going to place the solar panel on top of the stickies. So I'm going to peel off the other side of the sticky tabs. The springs point away from the curved end. And essentially drop right into place. Last is the top, which is part A5. That fits right over the top. And snaps into place. Mostly. Okay, so we need the longer wires for this part. I will move these out of the way. These wires are pre-cut, so I just need to slip the tips off the ends. You want to keep those together, not frayed. Slip the ends off this and here. So now all you need to do is slide the wires into the springs which hold them into place. If you look carefully on the top, you will see there is a plus and a minus for positive and negative. So I'm going to make the green positive. And the white negative. If you just give it a twist to try to keep the tips together. It's pretty snug. Now when I look at the motor, it also has a plus and a minus for the springs, so I know that the green should go over here, positive to positive, negative to negative. And if for any reason I ever wanted these things to run backwards, I would just need to connect the wires backwards. Alright, we're connected. I'm going to place this under the light for a quick test. Okay, so we need the longer wires for this part. I will move these out of the way. These wires are pre-cut, so I just need to slip the tips off the ends. You want to keep those together, not frayed. Slip the ends off this and here. So now all you need to do is slide the wires into the springs which hold them into place. If you look carefully, on the top you will see there is a plus and a minus for positive and negative. So I'm going to make the green positive. And the white negative. If you just give it a twist to try to keep the tips together. It's pretty snug. Now when I look at the motor, it also has a plus and a minus for the springs, so I know that the green should go over here, positive to positive, negative to negative. And if for any reason I ever wanted these things to run backwards, I would just need to connect the wires backwards. Alright, we're connected. I'm going to place this under the light for a quick test. Okay, to assemble the windmill, I will need the solar panel, the gearbox, the 2 wires, and now some additional parts. I need parts B6, and the green is the B, the white is the A. So part B6, and it's hard to see, but these are numbered. I've got B6, B5 times 3. Those are the blades. So that's 1, 2, 3. I will also need part B1, which is this. And part A7. This is part A7, which I believe will be the base. So again, that was B6, B5 times 3, B1, A7, and one additional part, which is A10. A10, which is this tiny little piece. Alright, step 1 is to place the blades onto B6. There's a tiny hole. And they appear to just squeeze on. These pieces snap on so you can be assured that you have connected them correctly. So once I have placed on the blades, step 2 is to attach the gearbox to the blades, and that simply just squeezes on. Step 3, I take part B1 and firmly slide it into the hole in the bottom. Next step is to take this adjustable, and the curved part will be facing up. The second part snaps on. This will adjust back and forth. And the last step is to place this into the hole and to attach this to this little arm, which snaps in. Altogether, this has taken about 10 to 15 minutes with pauses to check the directions and identify parts, and to make sure that I have assembled the windmill correctly. Now let's take it over to the windowsill and see if it works. Now that this is assembled, my goal is to have my STEM students, STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, to try to build this themselves using solar panels, wires, small motors, and then Legos for the rest of the parts. I will have my students try to reverse engineer this windmill. Stay tuned. So this is one of the 6 projects that you can build from the kit, the Windmill. I will now move on and attempt to build the other items and let you know how easy or difficult those are. A link will be in the description so that you can purchase this on Amazon if you are interested. Thanks for watching.